Hi everyone, so today we have another show and review. This is from McFarlane Toys, from DC Multiverse line, and this is Omega. From the looks of this figure, it really looks slick and really cool looking, but will it really be once we unbox it? So I hope you can join me unboxing this figure. So again, this figure is Omega. This is from Batman Last Night on Earth. This is a build to collect series. So you collect 4 figures to build Bane. So as you can see with this figure, it has the Bane legs. I know there are complaints about this build a figure Bane, but it looks cool and I think he will really look great in any line, especially if you collect Batman villains. So because his costume is somehow classic, right? So he will fit in most of the lines of Batman. So these are the other figures: Scarecrow, Wonder Woman, and Batman. So spoiler alert, if you haven't read Last Night on Earth, you might skip ahead 20 seconds, because actually Omega is actually you'll find out Omega is actually Bruce Wayne, right? And this is his clone. So he's a villain in this series. So yep, that's the box. Let's open it. So Omega. So this is the trading card. Again, it's quite thick and glossy. So it's really a bonus if you also collect trading cards. And it's always nice to have a trading card that has an image from the comics, right? For me, I appreciate that. Now, spoiler alert. Probably fast forward 20 seconds, but yeah, that's his real name, right? And as mentioned here, he's a villain. I should get a better camera. And then the base, right, with the DC print. So this is the figure. This is Omega. Wow. And this is his cape. So this is smooth, right? And you have details. The head is painted with this red accent, and the eyes, I think, yeah, it's painted perfectly. The design of his costume is really streamlined, right? It's very slick, but it's very cool looking. Especially these are smooth, and then you have these details, you have these red accents. I appreciate that in this figure. This figure, you may say the design is simple, but once you hold it, it actually feels what's the term? Classy, right? Streamlined and nice. The plastic doesn't look cheap. It's nice and classy, if I can, I think that's the term I'm looking for. And then he has extra hands, from open palm to closed fists. That's his accessories basically. What's this? And can you hold a gun? Maybe I have some gun, but I don't believe he holds a gun in the comics. But it looks like it's in a firing position. So yeah, those fists. Yeah, double jointed arms painted. The details in his armor really looks great. As I mentioned, the plastic and the feel doesn't look cheap. You may say his costume is quite simple, but that's the source material, right? But the figure itself, I think it's built well. So this is Omega compared with the Todd McFarlane Batman and Batman Who Laughs. I think they're the same height with Batman Who Laughs, but this Batman is a bit teeny tiny taller than him. Yeah, he's a bit taller than him. Now, from what I know is this is a Batman suit, right? But not exactly a Batman armor, or it's a advanced suit that acts like an armor, but it's not a bulky armor. If it is, which I know is not, from what I know, if this is a bulky Batman armor, I'm expecting that he would be a bit taller than the rest of the Batman, right? So for example, the Hellbat armor, the Azrael Batman armor, those figures. So I think based on that, I think he scales well with the other figures. So if you're not yet aware, the DC Multiverse is a 7-inch line scale. This is the source material. This is Omega in the comics. As you can see, the bluish gray part in his costume, in his torso, in his arms, doesn't really have this detail or texture, but they have added it in this figure, right? And I actually appreciate that. I think that little detail added to the figure added a bit of finesse to the figure. That's why I know the source material maybe it's quite simple, but this is really not cheap looking because of this. The plastic, it's glossy. It's not, it doesn't have a cheap plastic feel to it, and the intricate details added to it really makes it stand out. So in the Last Night on Earth series, Omega has removed his helmet to reveal that he is actually, spoiler alert, that he is actually Bruce Wayne, right? Is an older version of Bruce Wayne. Now, you only have this accessories, extra hands, right? I think we would have appreciated this figure more if they included an alternate head for an older version of Bruce Wayne that you can swap up with this figure. And I'm pretty sure other collectors would also appreciate that, because that older Bruce Wayne head, they can swap them out with other Batman figures. So I'm sure if they're not interested with this figure, or they haven't read the Last Night on Earth series, having that extra head would basically entice other collectors to buy this figure just to get the head. Yes, maybe, right? Because I just remembered what they did with the Flashpoint Batman, Thomas Wayne. They first produced the mass version, and then on a succeeding release, they've produced almost the same figure, actually the same figure, with just a different head, an unmasked version. So I'm not sure if they will also do that with this Omega Batman, but having an extra head would have helped this figure. But overall, I think this figure actually exceeded my expectations. I really like this Batman villain. I really like his very slick and modern costume. Yeah, and the details that they have added to make this figure pop. I actually don't like figures that has exposed ball joints, but not in this figure. I think it's not that too big, and it's very streamlined with his suit. That's why it works, right? If you can see the McFarlane Batman, this is what I mean. It's quite ugly. That's why yeah, that's one of my I said that in one of my review for that figure. Anyway, for this figure, if I'll grade this, exceeding my expectation. Really looks cool. I really like the detail that they have. I'm grading this as an A minus. A minus. I actually like this figure. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe the channel.